How's it going, guys? My name is LongBarrel and welcome back to MLG Columbus 2016 Fantasy Team Game. I decided to give you guys a little bit of an update to see how I'm doing. So as you can see, I have 414 points and my global ranking is 2%. So I would say that I'm doing really fantastic currently in the 2 days that this has been running so far. Unfortunately, I did have to change up my roster, so I'm going to run you guys through how I decided to go with this roster that you see in front of you at the moment. And it took me quite some time to go through all the rankings, all the stats. Though the hardest ones were probably my Clutch Kings, because I'll just walk you through, guys. But currently they have not updated much here because they've only have one match played, even though all the teams played 2 matches so far. So it's kind of hard to go through all of these ones, but I had to use HLTV stats for that. But currently, as you can see, that I switched out my commando. Before I had Olofmeister, and now I have Flusha. For the simple fact that Flusha is actually doing really well in my KD. If you take a look, he's doing the best in my kill death ratio, and at the same time, he has a +9 in terms of kills, and he's actually has like 43 frags, which is the highest out of these players, excluding Nico and Chris J, of course, because they did go into the 5th overtime, so that's kind of unfair. For my Clutch King, I did have to stay with Nico. He did earn me a lot of points today in that overtime match against Flipside. He's got a lot of clutch kills, and he's actually the best in terms of clutch rounds won, underneath Chris J, of course. So basically, at the moment, Nico and Chris J are my highest assets in my team. I could literally put them anywhere, and they would perform the best in their own group. But unfortunately, I don't think I can have 2 stickers for the same player. I mean, I guess we could attempt this. So if we go into, yeah, you can't really click plus because you can't see. So with that, I would have to somehow cheat the system. But moving on, my Eco Warrior Hazed. If you're wondering why I actually have Hazed here, it's kind of a good question as well, because it is one of those players that it's not really a high impact player. But the reason why I wanted to go with him is initially because I wanted to put him as my entry fragger. Currently, in opening kills, he's not doing that bad. From day 1, he actually had 6 opening kills, and I've checked his stats right now. He has, like, I believe it's like 7 or 8 or something like that. It doesn't matter. The point is, I was gonna put him as my entry fragger, but instead I decided to go with him as my Eco Warrior. Now, the reason why I did that is because I checked his stats, and he currently has 8 kills, which is better than Flusha and Olofmeister, which I had Flusha sitting as before as my Eco Warrior. So I decided to go with Hazed because I already bought the sticker for him, and I decided not to waste my money, so might as well shove him into a good spot, because 8 kills is pretty damn good, I would say. I mean, 16 points just for kills in 2 days, and tomorrow he's going to be playing a best of 3, so I hope he's going to be doing really well with the pistol. Now, for my entry fragger and sniper, these are the 2 roles that I had to initially change up my entire squad, because my previous players, Dupree and Simple, are not going to be playing tomorrow, as they're moving on later on with their tournament life. So tomorrow is going to be Olofmeister and Chris J as my 2 players that are replacing Dupree and Simple. Now, the reason why I decided to put Olofmeister as my entry fragger is because he doesn't have the best. He's not doing really the best in tournament right now. This is actually probably one of his worst tournaments in a while. Flusha is doing way better as a commando, and Olofmeister, he's just not really having that sort of impact that he did in all the other tournaments. So I looked at his stats, and probably the best place I could have really put him into, it was entry fragger, as he did have like 7 opening kills. So it's not the best and it's not the worst. So I might as well just kind of roll with it and put him in to a position that, you know, that's kind of not being utilized at the moment, and kind of have to work with what I have. Now, my sniper, of course, I have Chris J. He's currently leading the leaderboards with the most amount of op kills. This guy's unreal. I love watching Chris J op. This is one of those players that's just, his reaction timing, his peaks, the way he plays, he's just such a smart opper, and it really showed in the game against Flipside, and really shows in his stats that he has the most amount of op kills, and that's why I had to go with Chris J. There's just no way around it. My other pick could have been JDM. He is doing really, really well, but this is only from day one. Devices, it would also be another good pick, but they're moving on with their tournament life, and everybody else is just kind of not really a good option. JW maybe, but obviously Chris J would have been the best option for me. So yeah, this has been all. This is my team. I'm going to submit my team right now on the video. So this is my roster. Hopefully they're going to do really well for me tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to keep my 2%, maybe even get down to 1% in my global rankings. I'm leading my friends list at the moment with my fantasy team, whatever. So I'm doing really well at the moment in this tournament. So stay tuned for Team Pick'em. I'm going to upload that video right after this one. So like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it. I don't really care. But yeah, for now, just stay tuned and be water, my friends.